This is your career tip. Today we're talking about ideas. When you're going for an interview, what I want you to do is look at the company you're interviewing for and then come up with 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 ideas, things that you would do if you got that job, things you would implement if you got that job. The simplest one to test for is the revenue generator. So if you're in a revenue generating role, such as a chief executive officer, we could ask you, if you came on and joined us, what are some things you would do to increase revenue at this organization? Have you looked at our business model and what we're doing? What are some ideas you'd have in terms of increasing our revenue? Now, somebody who's a revenue generator, they will have immediate, spontaneous ideas, and their ideas on how to make money will be never ending. In fact, when you're dealing with a real revenue generator, part of the board's role will be to pull them down, to slow them down a bit, and to help them focus on the 2, 3 ideas that they really should execute on, rather than the 100 ideas that they come up with every day. Somebody who's not a revenue generator, their answer will be, well, we'll have to research that. We'd have to look into that. We'd have to do some focus groups. And all of a sudden, right away, they start to red flag themselves as not being a revenue generator. That will very quickly lead to disqualification. And so even it doesn't matter what role you're in. So if you're a head of IT, you're a head of HR, you're a CFO, you're a head of talent acquisition, whatever you are, come up with 5, 6 ideas. So when they ask you, have you looked at our business? What are some of the things you want to do if you got this job? Then you could even pull out a PowerPoint presentation and say, look, here's how we could digitize the department. Here's 3 softwares I'd like to apply to the business, which could create immediate impact. Here's 3 ideas that have no cost to them that we could implement within the first 30 days of me coming to the job. And then you might have a couple ideas. Hey, if you guys were willing to invest or we had a budget, here's 3 CapEx projects I'd love to do. They're not necessary, but if we did do them, I think they would be great. By the way, I visited your 3 locations in XYZ city, and here's my ideas here of how we could improve the function. So you want to create a vision for what it will be like if they hire you. And this also is a metric that separates top performers and underperformers. Top performers have so many ideas, they're not nervous about sharing their ideas with you. And top performers also know that it's not about ideas, it's about execution. And the devil's in the details. So just because you have a good idea, it doesn't mean anything. It's can you execute on that? And underperformers think ideas are so precious that they're scared to share them because they have so few ideas. So the fact that you come in and when you're asked that you don't have ideas, it's also red flagging you as maybe an average or below average performer. You really want to come to the table ready with 5, 6, 7, 8 ideas that actually make sense for that business. That's your career tip for today. If you feel like you need some more help with this, go to our website, purchase our VIP package. Let's start working together. It's time to own your career.